Right, let's go to the US now. Authorities have been assessing the damage caused by severe storms and tornadoes there. At least 26 people are now known to have died as the storms ripped through the South and Midwest, leaving a trail of devastation. Hardest hit, Tennessee, Arkansas and Indiana. In Illinois, one person was killed when a theatre roof collapsed in Chicago. Our reporter Shelley Phelps has more.
Two tornadoes left a trail of destruction in Arkansas. This was the small town of Wynne, where at least 4 people were killed. Homes and businesses lie flattened. The local high school torn apart. Devastated teachers and pupils came to see the extent of the damage for themselves.
I've taught here 25 years and this is my classroom, and when I walked out yesterday I didn't realize that would be the last time I would teach in this classroom. It's just, I mean, God protected this town and He will rebuild it and everything will be fine again.
So I'm a sophomore. I have been here since first grade, and the school, I love it. We have very many traditions that I'm very proud of this school for, and I'm just really sad over the fact that it's gone, but I know we will come back stronger and we can build a better school and keep those traditions going.
100 miles away in the state capital of Little Rock, another person was killed, over 50 people hospitalised and at least 2,000 homes and businesses damaged. Cody Coombs says he's lucky to be alive after a tornado swept over his van, tearing up trees around him.
The wind was just absolutely howling. It was constantly making almost like screaming noises. I could hear it blowing through the cracks in the van, just kind of pushing it and shaking the whole thing. If I didn't have as much equipment in that van and I didn't have the bulkhead and some of the other stuff just kind of attached to the van to make it a little bit heavier, I'm pretty sure it would have been flown away.
Also hard hit was the central state of Illinois, where a storm caused a theatre roof to collapse at a packed heavy metal gig in Belvedere. Inside was Jessica Bahina Hernandez, whose friend had convinced her to go at the last minute.
Lights go out, I hear noise, everything crashes down, which is the ceiling. And I thought like the tornado hit. I honestly don't know the logistics of it or anything like that, but like that went down.
One person was killed in the tragedy and dozens of others injured. Recovery operations are underway, but some of the affected areas could face more storms on Tuesday. Shelley Phelps, BBC News.
Well, let's speak now to CBS News correspondent Bradley Blackburn. Hi there, Bradley. Just first of all, bring us up to date with the latest numbers on this. We've been watching over the last couple of days as unfortunately the number of people killed here has been rising.
It keeps ticking up, Lewis. Right now we know that at least 24 people have died, slightly more than that because the numbers do keep increasing. This storm system moved into the northeast last night. It's blamed for at least one death in Delaware, where a tornado touched down and affected a home, knocked down trees. We've seen the death toll in places in communities in Tennessee. As many as 9 people died in one county. Your reporter mentioned in Arkansas 5 deaths there. So this storm system took a serious toll in terms of lives and many structures damaged. The power of tornadoes is so fascinating because it is sporadic, but it is so intense, Lewis.
Yeah, the intensity too, and also where this is all impacting. Give us an idea of the extent of all this.
It's across a broad part of the United States, multiple states, at least 8 states affected by this with some serious damage. But as I mentioned with tornadoes, it can be isolated in particular communities. So in Illinois, where you mentioned the incident that happened in the theater in northern Illinois, we know that 90-mile-per-hour winds were recorded in that community. It was strong enough to pull a roof off of that theater when hundreds of people were inside attending a concert. It sent parts of that roof caving down on them. Rescuers were trying to pull people out of that rubble. At least 1 death reported there, and dozens of people were hospitalized. So you see pictures like that, and of course many homes, other structures destroyed, people trying to pick up the pieces, Lewis.
Yeah, they will need a lot of help. What assistance is there?
In the U.S., this comes down to the state, so it's on governors to assess the damage and then request assistance from the federal government. We know that process is already underway in Arkansas. The governor there, Sarah Huckabee Sanders, has requested that President Biden make a disaster declaration that would clear the way for federal funds to help with rebuilding. She's also declared a state of emergency in her state, activated the National Guard to assist with search and rescue. In the town of Wynn there, they were trying to comb through homes looking for people that may have been trapped inside some of that rubble to try and render them aid.